I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers. Welcome to the Button Mappers. Spencer, why can't Ganondorf go on the internet?
Why can't Ganondorf go on the internet?
Because there's too many links.
Shouldn't it be like why does Ganondorf have a hard time on the internet?
Why
or gets confused on the internet?
What kind of breakfast does Ganon not like to eat?
Sausage links.
Yeah, there you go. You caught on.
Yeah.
Teddy's snapping away over there.
Why am I snapping, Alex?
Because we're going to snap into a Switch, Jim.
On three. Snap. 1, 2, 3.
That's hard.
It is.
It's hard.
How do they do it? Do you think it's an authentic snap?
Yeah, it's Miyamoto. He rose down from his throne one day and he was like, whoosh, he snapped like the best snap in the world.
He rose down.
He rose down. Guys, you don't know how directions work here in Kentucky, okay?
He rose at a stone.
He's that angelic. He rose downward. It was made.
Very altered beast.
I have a really mean phrase to say, and I'm not going to say it.
Good.
Oh.
Good, because a bully like you doesn't need to say it.
This were a different podcast. You'd be in trouble, mister.
Guys, Nintendo Switch, you have joined us for the most intellectual of discourses. Gentlemen, what's your thoughts when I say...
So far, it hasn't been very intellectual.
It's been intellectual.
Yeah.
What are your first thoughts when I say Nintendo Switch?
I think of the Joy-Cons.
I think of the portability.
I think of a cash grab.
Oh!
Let's get it. See you in the comments, boys.
Damn, Teddy's coming out swinging today.
You know, I made a video 2 years ago live streaming why I thought the thing was overrated.
I know, I was in it.
Yeah, you're featured.
You're featured
And
player.
I was listening back to it. I don't necessarily disagree with a lot of things I said, even before I owned it.
I disagree with it.
The whole video?
From what I remember. I disagree with my own opinions from that time.
Okay. Well, we don't have to go into the whole, espionage as to like why that video was overrated.
So it's going to be weird because we technically already talked about the Switch in our modern console discourse last year. So I'd be curious to even see how this stacks up to that.
Well, we do have a good track record with them console discourses. So, boys, how did you first get your Switch?
I bought it.
With my own two hands.
I walked into the store and I was like, give me a Switch.
I have kind of an amazing story.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm ready to be inspired.
All right, be inspired. I wasn't even going to get it, but then I got lazy. Not lazy. I got just itching to get it. Itching for a switching. And I decided to go to Walmart next to my house to wait in line with a bunch of nerds to get it. And I waited until midnight. No. Was it midnight? It was late. It might have been 9 or something, but it was probably pretty late. So anyway, I'm in line to get it, and these guys behind me are like the biggest nerds, and they're super, super annoying. And they won't shut up about like stupid video games and like whatever dumb anime stuff they're into. And I was so like annoyed. And then by the time that they started selling them, they were selling them with like Zelda was the opening game, and I think there was Bomberman, but it's all about that Zelda.
And 1-2 Switch, right?
It's all about Zelda and Bomberman and not that game. So by the time they got to me, they only had one thing of the legendary the Zelda that with the collector's edition.
Yeah, with the travel.
They only had one left. and I knew that the guy behind me was really itching to get it because he wouldn't stop talking about it. So I wasn't even planning on getting it, but I just bought it just to spite him. And that's why I have a collector's edition for Legend of Zelda.
The moral of the story is don't have an opinion in public.
The moral of the story is Spencer, verified bully.
Yeah.
Verified.
I got a track
Spencer?
record.
Can you verify?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I was never going to get this thing. Actually, it was my birthday last year. Ooh, whoop. And I wanted to treat myself, so I bought myself a Wii U. And Chantal saw that I got the console. I was like happy. I was stoked talking about it, and she got really nervous because she thought I got the Switch. But like I didn't know, what was going on at the time. And it was like, third day of celebrating my birthday, and a big box shows up at the doorstep as we're getting ready to go out. And I wasn't expecting anything, so we open it, and she bought me a Nintendo Switch from Amazon Prime to get delivered on that day. And from there, it was all right.
I decided to go to GameStop one day and buy one.
Inspiring.
It wasn't even at launch. It was just like a good year and a half later. I was like, you know what? Okay.
What game did you get with it?
Me?
Both of you, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, I got a ton of games because I spent like $600 that day.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got Mario Odyssey. I got Super Mario Party, Mario Kart, Hyrule Warriors, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I think I got one more, but I can't recall what the other one was. Off top of my
It wasn't Zelda? You got Zelda?
No, I had it on Wii U. That was my issue.
Oh.
I did buy it again on Switch, so I have it on Switch now, and I sold the Wii U version. But at the time, I still had the Wii U version for when that came out, so I didn't feel like rebuying it yet.
Makes sense.
I'm not really sure. I don't think I got one day of. I think it was just the console because it would have been too much to bundle everything and have it come in. So
What was the first game you got for it?
personally, oh gosh, what was it? Well, I had Starlink before I had the console.
That's right.
I like my R-Wings, I keep them in shape. I dust them off every so
Technically,
often.
did you have Bomberman at one point?
That's true. I did, but I have it for PS4.
Oh, I thought you had a Switch version.
No. And to be honest, I wasn't that impressed with the game.
Oh, okay.
So what's the dealio? What's up with your Switch? What are the games you think about when I say Switch?
Ooh, Mario Odyssey is a big one, which we did the thing of, and also Breath of the Wild, just because it launched with the console, and that's like all anybody talked about for like months.
I think it's good to talk about the games because that's why people are getting the Switch is for the games. So I think we should just do kind of a round robin. Just say games till we can't remember them no more. So we got Odyssey. What else we got? Breath of the Wild. What else?
Smash Bros. Ultimate's a big one.
Spencer?
Can I say a weird one?
No.
Whatever you like.
And I don't know. I have an idea of why it pops into my head, but it's Final Fantasy 12.
Why is it?
Okay.
Because it represents a lot of things about the Switch to me. It's like an older game, but it's an older game being ported over. It's like huge. It's like a huge game, and it's a JRPG.
Oh.
It's like those three things. It's like all of that.
I guess for me, that game is L.A. Noire, which is an RPG, but you know what I mean. It's like a big third-party game that is like one of the first third-party games I bought on the Switch because I was like, L.A. Noire is on the Switch,
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Animal Crossing.
Who? Animal what?
Didn't you look outside? There were animals crossing. You won't see many people, but you'll see some
Mario
animals.
Maker 2, been playing that one recently.
Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I think about Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee more than I think about Sword and Shield, though.
Good point.
I do too.
Like, that was such a big pushing point for a little bit for them. I think Sword and Shield it sold really well, so they don't really need to push those games.
Did it sell really well?
Yeah, it sold like crazy when it came out. I think Animal Crossing surpassed it, but I think Sword and Shield still did like very well.
Okay.
Animal Crossing had that advantage of coming out when literally
During the-
everybody's stuck in their house.
During the apocalypse, yeah.
It's like the third best-selling Nintendo game right now.
It's crazy.
Jeez.
It's fucking nuts, dude. What else? For me personally, I think of Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. That was a big one for me.
Dragon Quest 11.
Oh yeah, I do. I also, even though I own it on PS4, I also think of the Switch version because
Yeah, because it has that demo and it's like a little more advanced.
Spencer plays it on the Switch.
Yeah. I played on both.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the PS. I think the PS4 version might, on graphics, just be better. I don't know. I think you guys got him. I mean, you said Zelda. That's like to me the
And also-
quintessential.
And also, Link's Awakening. That's a big one too. Luigi's Mansion 3. I think of that one.
So let me ask you guys, like we named a lot of games that represent, I'd say, like the pioneering of the Switch, you know, and just like the exclusives and like the games that are really available for, with some exception, like the Final Fantasy and the Dragon Quest. Do you look at the Switch favorably because of these games?
Yeah.
Yes, and also more beyond that. I think also there's a lot to say about like beyond like the Pioneer games. There's a lot to say about like the indie support and also the ports. There's a shit ton of ports on the Switch.
I will give my personal pushback for the majority here is I would say I'm not favorable about them because they represent almost a couple, I don't want to say like shortcomings, but limitations of what they can do. To me, I don't think any of these, first off, matches up to predecessors in the series libraries.
Oof.
And I also think it represents a lack of creativity. You know, we did a GameCube discourse where we said they were so creative at that time versus I feel like at this stage with the IPs that Nintendo is, you know, trying to pilot this thing with, they're not as like strong. Even take Mario Maker 2. You know, that one doesn't have that same hype that even Mario Maker had originally on the Wii U, which is crazy. I'm not saying I like the Wii U.
Nobody said you liked the Wii U, Teddy.
Good. Now that that's out of the air.
I'm not saying I like the Wii U.
Don't get me wrong here. Don't inflate my words.
Not me. No.
What do you guys think about that perspective?
I agree, but I think there's also some games that actually do surpass some of the previous games. I would play Breath of the Wild over any of the other 3D Zelda games. By far, that game is infinitely more replayable than even the GameCube Zelda games, which I love those games too.
Coming from a guy who replays almost solely Zelda games, I take offense.
Yeah, but have you played through Breath of the Wild?
I put it down. I wasn't that interested, but I've rarely put down Zelda games. So
I don't know. I love it.
And then that Link's Awakening one, nah, man, that's cheap. They barely did anything with that. They just gave it a coat of paint.
What about Odyssey?
Okay, that would be like one of my exceptions, but I also think that some of the previous Marios have done it better.
Fucking Smash Bros. Ultimate. That game blows every other Smash Bros. Out of the water.
But again, in terms of creativity, it's just they put everything together. I'm not that interested in 10 Fire Emblem characters.
I'm interested in the library though, because that's what you want from a Smash Bros. Game.
Spencer?
Here's how I'll counter what you said is that I would say the creativity is in the console, not in the games. It's in the console. It's not
Okay, so let's talk about the console. What do you guys want to say about it?
It's this is what I was confused about at first going into it, because I was like, why do I want this tablet thing that turns into a home console, and then the things come off the sides? I was like, I don't really get it. And then I bought one mainly for the exclusive games, and then it clicked with me, and I was like, oh, this is genius, yeah. But I think part of my skepticism was because I was in the Wii U crowd since the Wii U's launch, so like I felt that pain. I already had a tablet controller at one point, and I like some of the Wii U games, but God, like that thing was not what it should have been.
Well, I am a very classical portable gamer. I've always loved handhelds, especially the Game Boy Advance and the Nintendo DS and 3DS, you could argue. I mean, all those together. I have spent more time on those than any console ever. Not quite PC, but that's because of League of Legends and maybe World of Warcraft. But with handhelds, I just love it because I like to take baths. And so I like to like be in the bath and play a video game. That's like my perfect situation. So when I saw the Switch, it was an immediate like win for me. I just said, "Oh, I get it. Like, it's a portable game that if I want, I could upscale it up to my TV, and it's gonna be good there and good handheld wise." I didn't know about all the ports, but I was just excited for the prospect of it.
Do you like bubble baths?
I don't. Well, I mean, I'll do one, but it's a distraction.
I'm getting a little distracted.
I'm getting distracted. I need to focus on my bath. Okay.
I'm running the water. I don't have that much time. I have to say the hardware is probably it's unique and innovative in a way that's catchy, and I think that's really cool. I do respect what the Switch can do with what it has. I also have my share of contention about it when it comes to things like the Joy-Con or even just the number of accessories that you really need to go gung-ho for.
Oh, I am stupidly in love with the amount of controllers that this thing supports. Like, I like the fact that I can use the Joy-Cons by themselves, that I can put them all in a controller to make little controllers. I have, like, a few different Pro controllers. I have a few different wired controllers. I have a Sega Genesis thing coming soon that works on the Switch. Like, the fact that, like, I have so many options for controllers is, like, a big plus for me. That's, like, one of my downsides for a lot of other consoles is, like, hey, I don't like the, PS3 controller, but it's tough shit, Like, that's all I got.
I'm cool with them giving it individuality, but I guess all the consoles have their own controllers. I guess it doesn't do a whole lot for me, but I will say, to Teddy's credit, that like they're small. Little Joy-Cons are really small, and one of them did get lost, and I had to buy a whole new set. I would not have bought it.
And those things are not cheap.
Yeah.
No, they are not.
And also, my thing is, like, while it's technically advanced for being different, I don't appreciate the lack of some core features that some of the other modern consoles have. The lack of a share button, and also, I'd say even headphone jack support is almost unacceptable in this age.
They got a share button.
You can share 30 seconds, and you
Yeah.
can take a picture.
You can't stream, right?
But I'm saying the share button's there. It's just not...
Where it's not
it's
labeled.
Just not great.
Yeah, that's bad. That's just a miss.
I would agree. Also, I want to go back to what I was saying about about the controllers. While I enjoy the options, I don't quite care about the Joy-Cons themselves. I think they're too small. I don't think, especially when I'm playing handheld, I had to buy one of those grips for the back of my Switch for when I play a handheld because my hands are so big. Like trying to play it with the Joy-Cons like that, and and like not having a grip is like it kills my thumbs. So
That's funny. That's the thing is that like I've always had little hands, so whenever people talk about like not liking handhelds and stuff, I'm like, you're crazy. It feels so good. And also I have really strong eyes too. Little hands and strong eyes.
Little hands, strong eyes.
A good portable gamer.
I just because there was a while there where I was playing The Binding of Isaac on my Switch handheld, and like I didn't have a grip at the time, and like trying to play that game with both the sticks handheld was like it was just cramping up my thumbs, and I was like, this is impossible. So I had to get the grip thing.
I think there's some confusion with like the controllers and the options because like I remember playing Odyssey and there's a trick you can do where you swing the hat around. And to do that, you have to take both Joy-Cons off and then start swinging it.
Fuck?
But then if you want to play Odyssey handheld, how are you going to do that? There's like one or two moons that almost require you to do it. I remember there's one in like the Bowser Castle. And to me, I get that maybe it's like an early game, but to me, it's an oversight.
Yeah, nobody plays like that. Nobody plays with like the Wiimote Chuck style, like two Joy-Con, like one Joy-Con in each hand. Like, I don't know anybody that ever does that.
I will give you credit though, Alex. I like the fact that you can use some of the Sega Genesis controllers that are coming out through like Castlevania games with them.
Yeah, and then like I said, I have two of the not the actual Pro controllers, but like I think it's the I forget what brand does it, but it's the ones that have like the cool Nintendo designs on it. And I have one that's Pikachu, and like yeah, that one, whatever that brand is. What is that brand?
Let's see if I get you a name. I see Power A on the
Power
back,
A, that's it.
but
That's
it just says Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, Power A is the brand. Because like I have the one with the Pikachu design and one with the Zelda Breath of the Wild design, and they're both super pretty controllers.
Do either of you have that Pro controller that's like more expensive?
No.
Yeah, I got that. I got that day one.
Does that one charge?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure because these take batteries.
Yeah,
but I guess the thing is, like with the Joy-Cons, you can charge them, but with these Pro controllers, you need batteries. And if you want to get the extra expensive Pro controller, well, look, you just spent like $80 on the Joy-Cons, $80 on the Pro controller, however much on the console. That's let alone games.
Yeah, but you also buy the wired controllers for like $25.
Yeah, I have one of those too.
Wait. What you said you spent a bunch on the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, they're $80.
Yeah, they're $80 a set.
But it comes with Joy-Cons.
But if you want like that, because you said you had to get another set.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to play,
but the normal, unless the normal person might not have to spend that.
Well, some games require the Joy-Cons, like because like when I got my Switch, I got Super Mario Party, so I had to go out and buy another set of Joy-Cons. So I have I have 3 sets of Joy-Cons right now.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
crazy. That's funny. You getting back to something you said earlier, like that the pulling them out to do tricks and whatnot. Like that part will never work on me. Clearly it works on somebody because Nintendo is obsessive about putting that shit in their
That's why
consoles.
I never bought ARMS or whatever, because ARMS was like you have to hold each Joy-Con and punch, right?
But
I'm not doing
that. I mean, that's the reason I've never had a Wii and never will. I have no interest in motion controls in anything.
I do like Super Mario Party and how you can use the 2 Joy-Cons that you have to suddenly make it a 2-player game.
But also, I've had issues with my both of my earlier sets of Joy-Cons. One of the sticks has drifting issues now. That's why I bought a 3rd set of Joy-Cons recently. I bought the purple and orange set because because they say they fixed the drift issue, but you know
you're playing too many platformers, man. You got to stick with the JRPGs.
I thought you just liked the aesthetic. So maybe we could talk about the service. You know, what's there, what's on the console, etc.
Okay.
Start with Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh, ups and downs, man. The service is luckily it's only like $3 a month, so and you get a bunch of classic games to play, so I think that's worth it. Other than that, though, like it's garbage. Like compared to like PlayStation Plus or something like that, like. You can't do voice chat. You can't, really have, like, parties like that. You have to use your phone for that. There's, like, a separate app that you use for that. I do think they have cloud backup, though, for save data. That's neat.
Paid cloud.
Yeah, paid cloud. But
Spencer?
I love it. I think it's amazing. For being so cheap, it's $20 a year.
Well, the classic game library is. I'm saying the other features aren't.
Yeah. I mean, but again, it's $20 a year. It's like a no-brainer at that point. Like you can't necessarily say that because like you can say, wow, $50 for PlayStation Plus. That's not that bad. But then when it comes to do it, you're like, it's like the price of a full game here. Maybe $20 for Nintendo Switch Online. To me, it's like whatever. Like I get to play all these NES and Super Nintendo. I mean, I'm an emulator guy, so it's really not that amazing to me. But playing it on the Switch is freaking cool. The convenience factor is basically enough.
I mean, that's how we got our Superstar footage now.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how I captured. That's
how Alex got it.
I captured the Superstar footage, not Spencer.
Alex, you need to work on your form, man.
It was totally me. Totally captured the footage.
I must say, you must have pressed that share button at least 400 times.
Took a lot of sharing to get that footage.
Though, I do think that the service is worth it, but I also wish they would update the games more. That come with the service. I think that's kind of it's stagnant. Like they used to before they started the SNES stuff. They did like the NES one. Like I think like once a month they put like 2 or 3 games on there, which was nice. But now that they have both services, they're like, oh, we'll do it whenever. And the last one was like February.
I'm just like...
Ever since
Clue Clue Land, it's not been the same.
Yeah.
and
Kugelland's on there, right?
yeah, fuck that game. And they're still
I'm
missing.
gonna get some footage.
And they're still missing some games. They're still missing like the country games on SNES. A lot of the RPGs on SNES. They're still missing like a lot of the third-party games on NES. And I don't think they're gonna get them because like a lot of those companies have been re-releasing those games separately, like Mega Man, Castlevania. They just did like a Big River City collection and stuff. So I feel like that's gonna hurt its support. So I still would have preferred maybe like a virtual console over that service.
Yeah, there's like 20 games maybe for the SNES, and then the NES one they keep like re-releasing the same ones with like challenge modes.
It's like, oh, you can play this one but from this level.
I hate it when they announce they're like coming to the Switch in May, and then it's like some stupid game that nobody's ever heard of that probably cost them 20 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's
So
what's coming soon as of right now. Shadow of the Ninja and Eliminator Boat Duel.
That's already on there. That was February's update.
Oh, that's February. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, and Smash Tennis and
Smash
Poppin'
Tennis.
Twinbee.
Yeah, Poppin' Twinbee. Like, who the fuck wanted Poppin' Twinbee?
When I think of my childhood, Poppin' Twinbee is probably at the top of that list of games that I was into.
I'll tell you what, though, with saying how I don't like how they're not going to be able to get some of those games, I am enjoying like a lot of the companies that are putting out their backlogs. Like Sega's been doing it with the Ages games. Capcom's been making compilations. Konami's had a few.
And just to clarify, you're not talking about the Switch Online service. You're talking about the shop.
Yeah, the shop. Which I mean, and then they've been putting out all those Neo Geo games and stuff. Like yeah, sure, you're gonna buy them all separately, but just the sheer amount of like classic games you can buy on the eShop is staggering.
Spencer, you don't do classic games much, do you?
No, I'm not super into classic gaming. I'm not a retro guy. But
do you tinker around with the shop at all?
Oh my god, I'm in the shop all the time.
What do you go for?
Well, real quick, I would like to say the shop is kind of cumbersome.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite operate the way I'd like it to. I think the PlayStation for my dollar is probably the most streamlined and easiest to find what you're looking for. But either way, the Switch is still, I like the shop and what it is. I go straight to sales and RPGs.
Yeah, those.
You know what's so dumb about those sales?
What?
There's a trick to it, yeah.
The penny games.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The 5-cent games.
You gotta pay attention to what you're buying because you're gonna buy some crap.
These developers, or like these indie developers, drop their price to 5 cents for like
They're always on sale.
a month.
Yeah.
But then it gets to the top of the charts because of that.
Right.
But they do put some good games on sale once in a while. At least like right now, Capcom's having a huge sale and stuff.
There needs to be, and this isn't just for Nintendo's, well, mostly for Nintendo's because of the crap they let on there. There needs to be like a come on guy button where you click it and it's like all those crap games that everybody knows are crap games. They can just disappear. And
They put like backyard football on there.
Do they still do reviews on there? Because I remember on the Wii U eShop they had the review button where you can like see like the,
No, you can't filter by user reviews.
Yeah, so like,
I need a button that filters out that shit.
Yeah,
because
it's
there's
like
phone
so much.
ports. There's so many phone ports.
You're right, and that's something that they didn't have at launch. They kind of sort of just like letting anybody put a game on the eShop, which is kind of floods it. Saying that though, there is a lot of like good indie support too on the eShop. Like there's a shit ton of indie.
Yeah,
games.
but it hurts indies to also have them paired up next to crap games that are
garbage,
similar priced.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's like
It just hurts the service as a whole because now I'm less enticed to go on there because I know every time I look I'm going to see a whole bunch of crap.
It's like, should I buy Golf Story or Helicopter Rescue?
also a little bit concerned about this when you're looking for sales, and I think a lot of people that might be looking for sales are kids and moms, or adults looking for their kids' games. It doesn't really filter out like the visual novels.
They don't.
What I mean?
Yeah, but they're censored though.
Who cares? They're still there, right next to like.
They're still there, yeah. But
regular games. It's like be this girl's boyfriend.
yeah.
And it's like right next to like Dig Dug's Bumpin' Bopper. Or
Dig
whatever it's
Dug's
called.
Bumpin' Bopper. hey, Mr. Driller is coming out soon though, so I guess you're close enough.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit not classy.
Dig Dug's Bumpin' Boppers.
Do you think Nintendo, like, how much do you think they really care about their Switch service and, I don't know, appeasing
I think
the owners?
this is a remnant of the Wii U days, because on the Wii U, they were so desperate to let anybody make a game for the Wii U that there's some absolute garbage on the eShop. Same thing for the 3DS, I think, too. There's some absolute garbage on those eShops, and I wish they would take a little more care and allowing what is released. The Japanese eShop actually does a lot better, I think, because I've been on the Japanese shop a few times, and there's not as much of that crap over there.
Okay, weeb.
Listen, I want the exclusives. Okay, leave me alone.
They have the best version of Gundam. I don't care.
There's more visual novels.
Yeah, gotta love those visual novels.
Alex and his visual novels.
Dude,
Coming soon
if I don't have,
to the button mappers
if I don't
near
have
you.
the attention span for an RPG, how the fuck am I going to play a visual novel?
Oh, they'll find a way. They'll keep your interest.
No, most Japanese companies put their game up first on the Japanese shop. It's like the Sega Ages line. They're usually like up there like 2 months ahead of ours, which is stupid. Yeah, and then there's a bunch of games that like are exclusive to that region. Like the the Darius collection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was just,
Darius collection is, although that thing is very expensive. That Japanese shop is not cheap.
you're right, but still, it's still Japanese exclusive. So
It is cool that you have that. They're not so hard on the region locking.
oh no, it's very nice. You can even like download the Japanese versions of the online services and play those games in the Japanese versions and stuff for free. Like like with your normal account, you don't have to pay again. You just pay the one time. And that's really nice, because I can play Yossi's Island instead of Yoshi's Island.
Yahtzee.
Not Yahtzee. Yahtzee.
Teddy, what do you think? Why do you think they care about appeasing customers on the eShop?
I think just in general, I think they listen to the biggest voices. I don't think they take into account the smaller guys sometimes. So I hate to say like they're like doing it to appease, the big fans of like Animal Crossing or whatever. I'm not necessarily saying that. But I think they've, with that online service, they're happy and content with it as it is. I don't think they're doing anything to push the boundaries or to appease the customers. Otherwise, we would have got 64 support at this point. I think they would have taken more measures to streamline their online service. And I don't think it looks good on them in the long run, but they can get away with it.
I think Nintendo's at their best when they're crashing and burning, because that's when they get that's when they're the most creative and the most willing to do out there things like the GameCube and the Wii U. Both had very creative games come out for it. Both had, the Wii U had a shit ton of Virtual Console support and stuff there towards the end. That's like what they were banking on.
I'm surprised you said the Wii U.
I think the games were good.
I think I kind of half agree with you, but I really think when I think of that, I think of because of the Wii U, we got the Switch.
Yeah, but because they've gotten comfortable, I think they've gotten comfortable. Like they're doing really well now. I think they've gotten comfortable and they're not taking those risks like they would.
Yeah.
If they
I agree.
Crashing.
I think
To that point, that Switch is that byproduct of what Alex is describing.
Right. I think the Switch is a byproduct of the Wii U being a failure. Despite it was very creative, obviously, clearly, but it definitely also a failure. And because of that, we got the Switch. And I would argue because of that we got Zelda, which brought them maybe single-handedly back into the good graces of everybody. And I would agree from like the last year, maybe 2 years or so, what have we gotten from Nintendo that was like, just looking at Pokemon is like, to me, the poster child of okay, they're back. They don't care anymore.
Yeah, Sword and Shield should have been better.
That one was like a slap in the face. You know, they just pacified it at this point. But they've always known that Pokemon is for kids. But I think too with like Animal Crossing, I think it's leagues better and a steps behind.
Agreed.
I still think if you look at compare the GameCube library to the Wii's library, and then compare the Wii U's library to the Switch's library, I still think that they've done more like a better job at staying more creative now than they did during the Wii generation. Because it was almost like during the Wii generation they were kind of afraid to do anything creative like they did in the GameCube. You know, it was like everything was very standardized on the Wii. Like, oh, Mario's doing a normal 2D platformer. You know, like, oh, this is a by the numbers Zelda game. You know, oh, we're doing another Kirby game. We're doing this. We're doing that. But on the Wii U, I think not the Wii U, but on the Switch, I think that the standard of creativity for the games themselves has kind of stayed consistent with the Wii U's library in a way. Even though it's like majority of ports.
Because most of it
ports,
is Wii U.
Ports. But I'm saying for the original titles, I think they still put as much effort as they were during the Wii U generation. For most of the games, not Pokemon.
God. Pokemon, it might be the biggest letdown of all time. If you really like dig into it.
First console Pokemon.
First console
That's
Pokemon.
like a mainline game.
And was pretty much worse than any portable one I played. Maybe just because they keep getting worse to me because I'm so disappointed. But like, yeah, they had every opportunity to turn this into the game we all wanted. And it went the exact opposite direction.
Yeah, it was... They should have just like put it out instead of the Let's Go games, because I think having those games be like, oh, this is your holdover game for the big one, and then we're like, oh, okay, yeah, and then like the big ones come out, and we're like, that was the big one. Like that kind of shot him in the foot a little bit.
It's not big in the way I anticipated.
Yeah.
Big disappointment.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still playing through Shield, and I'm still having some semblance of fun, but it's not what the game I wanted to be whenever they first announced it. So, Pokebomb. You guys need to play Luigi's Mansion 3. That game's fucking amazing.
Did you play Dark Moon?
No, and I don't really want to because it's on 3DS.
Okay, then I'm not going to break the narrative.
Doesn't matter. It's a Luigi's Mansion game. His friends get kidnapped. That's the story. It's the same thing.
No!
I'm telling you, this game is like... I would argue Mansion 3 is like better than the original. And it's such a creative game, and I think people are like sleeping on it. You know, big time.
It's 3 console generations ahead of it. You would hope it would be better than
Well, you
the
know
original.
what I mean, though. Yeah, but like sometimes, sometimes they make like a new Paper Mario, like a Paper Mario, and it's some bullshit. You know, like color the world or use stickers, and it's like, what the fuck happened to Paper Mario? You know,
I'm just putting this out there. Controversial opinion. I think Breath of the Wild might be better than the first Zelda game. Hey, I'm just throwing it out there. I know you can send it right back. I just wanted to put my
but those
opinion
games
out
aren't
there.
even similar though. Except for
I've heard it was a spiritual successor. Some might even call it.
So Spencer, you're telling me
A Zelda
3E.
that
3E.
Paper Mario Color Splash is better than Thousand Year Door.
No,
Then
and that's the
then
problem.
Stop. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is that their track record for bringing back those smaller franchises isn't perfect. They fuck it up a
No,
lot.
it's not.
I mean,
that's kind of what one of the things we're talking about here is that like, it's kind of insulting how bad they handle some of these when they don't
but
care.
I'm saying, I think Mansion 3 is an example of them doing it well, doing it very well.
We've talked a lot about Nintendo. How about the right? Hold on, I need my other head. There we go. Okay, good. So how about the other parties? I typically don't think of the third party when I think about Nintendo consoles, but the Switch begs to differ. What are your thoughts?
Love it.
Yeah, I
They're
absolutely,
geniuses.
I'm loving the support. If it's a Switch version, that's what I go for, unless it looks like dog shit in Mortal Kombat 11.
I think in some ways the Switch is almost more about the third parties than it is the Nintendo titles.
Maybe. I think they've done a really good job marketing it in a way that they can say, hey, we got the third parties too, because they were so lacking in pretty much every console before this, except, when it mattered, like the GameCube forward. So I think they really put an emphasis on, hey, we've got the games they've got, except you can play it portable.
Could you imagine if Doom came out on the Wii U?
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I tried imagining it.
You know what I mean? Like, it should, yeah, but it would just feel out of place. It doesn't feel out of place on the Switch. Like I remember when they released Watch Dogs on the Wii U, like a year later, and I was like, why are they doing this? You know, like what's the like no one's gonna buy it on the Wii U, but I think those games do actually sell on the Switch due to the portability of the console.
You know, I was listening to the Ukulele Impossible Layer interview, and they were saying how the whole time they really tried to get Ukulele out on the Switch at the same time as the other platforms, because that was the market they were really trying to cater towards. And they managed to make it succeed with the sequel. I think, to Spencer's point about, like, you know, the Switch has been out for so long and how much have we gotten, we almost neglect what the third parties have been doing, because there's quite a lot that we've received. You know, I built up a Switch collection that's probably half third-party titles. And I think that when you look at these third-party versions of maybe some games that are even ported, they go the extra mile to make it very friendly to the consumer. The Witcher version comes in a nice box and has both DLCs included. Dragon Quest XI has a completely alternative mode as well as built-in challenges that you can start from the get-go. What are your guys' experiences with the third-party titles?
I love the third-party titles. They give me a reason to go back and play some of the games that have been re-released. For example, L.A. Noire and Saints Row 3, games that I did not think I would go back and play. But they got the Switch releases, and I went back and played them, and they're fantastic games that I was sleeping on for a while. And I also like the day one releases. I bought Crash Team Racing. That's a big one that I bought on Switch, and that's my most played Switch game is Crash Team Racing.
Yeah, I mean, same. I think it's great. I'm curious how Nintendo must have one hell of a PR marketing team, and clearly they do, because somehow when they said, "Oh, we're gonna put Skyrim on," because Skyrim's been on everything, obviously. Yeah. So, but here's the weirdest part: they put Skyrim on VR, and they put Skyrim on a Switch. And both of those are supposed to be like pretty big accomplishments. But when you think of the VR one, you think, wow, that sucks. And when you think of the Switch one, you're like, that's awesome. They managed to get it on the Switch.
Yeah, I've actually been avoiding buying the main release so I can get it on Switch. The fact that there's fucking Dark Souls came to the Switch with an amiibo. Spencer, don't say anything. Diablo 3 is on Switch with an amiibo. Spencer, shut up.
That's a really fun and riveting insight. I really like that.
You know, there's even like a Diablo 3 edition console that came out. Like, I don't see Nintendo doing that a lot, like giving other games like those special console variants. That's really nice. That's something that I wish they would do more of. Like, if there was like a Witcher console, or if they made like a console for for whatever new upcoming third-party games are coming out. BioShock's getting games soon and stuff like that. Like, I would love to see those special edition consoles like that.
What would you guys just like to see from your Switch going forward?
I want folders to organize all my digital games, because I have like 140 something digital games, and they're all just kind of scattered everywhere. So please,
you want a more robust.
Yes, the interface. Yeah, the interface is not great. Please, Nintendo, give me folders. I just want to sort everything. Like, I have so many fucking digital games.
I really want a more robust service online. I think I need something like N64 support or something.
Yeah, but if they do that, they're gonna put like 10 games on and add like one a year or something.
I'll take it, man. Like, I just think that like there's less games retro style on this than there was on the Wii.
Yeah, like I said, because they had the Virtual Console. I think they should have stuck with the Virtual Console, personally.
But I think going forward, it's not too late to rectify that. But they need to make the moves fast because this console is moving on in its lifespan.
How long do you think the Switch is going to be around?
Well, hopefully it doesn't break.
Well,
down.
you know what I mean. No,
Can I explain why a virtual console is better
yes.
for Nintendo and why they took that away?
Go ahead.
Think about how many games you bought on the virtual console. And then think about the normal consumer and how many you think they bought on the virtual console. And instead of doing that once, you're now paying for it 12 times a year.
Yeah, but I would still like the option to purchase those.
They don't want to they take away that option.
You know what I mean? Because like, what's going to happen after they stop supporting the online service? I'm not going to get to play those.
They're
going
to have another online service.
You know, like I'm not going to get to play.
And
those
you're going to have to do
games
that
anymore on that console.
But that's why these services are so smart. And like Xbox, I know we're not talking about Xbox, but their thing is super smart too. Is you're getting, they're catering to get more games on average to people.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to sell them one game when you could sell them all those games and technically make them pay for it too, at a reduced price.
You're not wrong.
I mean, half these games were in the original Animal Crossing.
Right.
So just give us the original Animal Crossing.
They did. It's called the whatever this New Horizons. I seriously cannot tell the difference between any of these games.
You would,
Except this one feels more restrictive than the other one.
Does it?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
A little more gated.
Still, back to my question though. How long do you guys think the Switch is going to last? Like, do you think they're going to do a new console, or like are they going to do like the 3DS where they just do like a new version of the Switch, like the Switch, like the new Switch or whatever? I hate that.
There's going to be like an ultimate Switch version.
Yeah, like a Switch Pro or something.
720p.
Yeah,
And portable.
Get that upgrade.
Yeah. I know they're still going to do Breath of the Wild 2. Like, that's confirmed.
Yeah.
Unless they pull a Metroid Prime 4, then what?
What are the odds that the next Zelda comes with, or comes along the release
of
the new Switch?
Yeah, that's a possibility. They've done it with Zeldas.
Whatever they do, they need to make sure the next Switch console is backwards compatible with the current games. Whatever it is.
Oh, it will be. Yeah, for sure. I mean, to me, it'll be like the new 3DS.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because like, I wouldn't mind that. Because like upgrading to newer hardware, but still getting like to play the old games on my old console if I want. They just, may not look like as great, but it's possible. It's like the new 3DS. They had some games that worked only on the new 3DS, and then they had some games that worked on both, but it looked like dog shit on the old 3DS.
Here's a question: would you want the next Switch to be bigger or smaller?
They had the light variants, so I don't know. It's a tough call. I don't think it needs to be any bigger than it is now. I think it'd be too cumbersome.
I think just the performance is what I care the most about. Playing The Witcher in 540p is kind of an issue.
He's like, "Oh no, it's a vampire." You're like, "I'm just gonna take your word for it."
Yeah, that's what that was.
I would like the Switch to be on par, or at least with like the PS4 and stuff. And you know what I mean? And might take a while for it to get there. I think it'll get there eventually, but it's not gonna be time soon. Because once again, I bought Mortal Kombat 11 and it looked like absolute trash on the normal Switch version. So I at least want a Switch console that can at least deliver something closer to that.
I feel like Mario's like a Monet. Like they never want him to be in high res because when you zoom in, he's gonna look all ugly. He's gonna have all these pimples and stuff. That's why they never upgrade their consoles to anything higher than 720p.
I'm eating too many of the meatballs.
Too much cheese. He's been a cheese.
I guess the real question is what happened to Pikmin 4, guys? They said it was.
Hey,
They said it
Metroid.
was almost done. Miyamoto.
Nobody bought the last Pikmin.
Miyamoto. I did. Miyamoto said that.
No, you didn't.
Okay. Yes, Pikmin 3. I bought it.
It was the last Pikmin to
I
end
bought
them all.
Pikmin 3. Yeah.
And it went out with a hey.
No, you didn't buy the last Pikmin.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Pikmin 3. I bought it. So
I've heard in Spanish it's hola
back
Pikmin.
back in like 2016, 17, Miyamoto was like, Pikmin 4 is almost done.
Hey Pikmin, confirmed. Pikmin 4.
Yeah, didn't you
Done.
play Pikmin 4? Yeah.
No, I played Pikmin 3. That was the last one.
It came out
Yeah, it came out.
When?
for a console.
When? Where? The last Pikmin game was 3.
No, it wasn't.
They made a whole exclamation out of it.
Yeah.
Pikmin 3!
Hey,
Primo!
Pikmin.
Big booty bop! Okay, so I guess maybe to close out, what are some Nintendo franchises or something like that you want to see on Switch soon? That's
F-Zero.
not F-Zero.
F-Zero GX. F-Zero GZX.
Do you know what I honestly want?
What's that?
More JRPGs. Just keep them coming. The Switch is... Because I like the Vita for that. It has
Yeah.
a bunch of JRPGs. But that is like PS2 halfway quality and down. So the Switch is everything above it. And I love it.
You're going to get...
I want Persona 5 over there.
Don't talk about it! I was so sad because there were like big rumors about Persona 5 coming to Switch. And I was waiting to buy it for this reason. I was like, okay, I'll buy a Switch version. And then they were like, Persona 5 Scramble, guys.
I'm grabbing it. I'm getting it. Close enough.
Are you going to get Xenoblade Chronicle?
Absolutely.
Me-
That's a phenomenal game.
Me too. I'm excited. I've never played any of those games, and I've always wanted to.
It's amazing.
So I
It's
am
really... And
picking up that.
I don't call games amazing. You know that.
I think I might be third on that, so we can all do the Xenoblade Chronicles Discourse.
Yeah.
Excellent. The map out on that would be amazing.
Isn't that game long as hell though? So-
I mean, it's 70 hours.
Oh,
JRPG.
Okay. Well, I'm still excited to give that game a go. Franchise I want to see come back that isn't Pikmin.
Ooh, Shin Megami Tensei 5 was confirmed in like 2015.
What happened
no
to
word
yeah?
since.
I remember that too.
It's coming.
It's coming. There's footage.
You've got, what do you call it? The Shin Megami Tensei 5 is already out. It's called Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Sharp FE. There you go.
I'm excited for Metroid Prime 4 to happen, even though they had to restart the whole project, so it's gonna be forever.
I'm excited for Star Fox 1. Star Fox on the Xbox
Star
One.
Fox on the Xbox.
Starfax, Xbox.
I don't know. I don't know where to go from here, guys. The Switch, yes or no?
It's a huge yes for me.
I still love the Switch. I think that yes, I mean, just like any console, there's going to be things that it can improve on. But I think overall, right now, if I were to prefer a console to somebody, I would say PS4 because the game is cheaper. Then I would say get a Switch.
Yeah, I agree. PS4 is for the gamers. We here at the Button
PS4
Mappers
is
prefer
for
the
people
gamers.
that don't want to spend all their money on $60 ports of games that are $20 on the PS4.
But you get a nice cardboard box. Mm-hmm.
But
If someone told me they were into JRPGs, I would tell them to get a Switch instead.
oh, yeah, all the way.
If they're like more bro gamery, like they kind of tilt more that way, even though not full tilt, but if they kind of more like, I like my action games, my Call of Duties, my more mainstream stuff, I would say PS4.
Isn't that nuts? There's not a single Call of Duty on Switch. Call of Duty.
Wow, I didn't notice that, and I never wanted
Call
to
of
know
Duty
that.
was on the Wii U, the Wii, the fucking DS, but the Switch has no Call of Duty games.
Is there any Activision game?
The Crash and Spyro stuff. I think it was a Skylanders game when it came out. Beyond that, I don't. No, well, if you're counting Blizzard, there's Overwatch and Diablo.
Call of Duty map out confirmed? Maybe not.
Call of Duty. We map out Call of Duty Ghosts.
So what do you guys think of Nuketown?
We should,
Spencer Duck.
guys. We should go. We should go back and mop out.
Mop out. Splatoon.
What did we mess up? What spilled?
We should mop out
Soy sauce spill in aisle 5.
Modern Warfare, like Modern Warfare on like the Xbox 360 or something.
Yeah, let's get right on that.
And stay tuned for the Fortnite Switch Edition map out. Plus Minecraft.
We should map out Minecraft.
Guys, what if Columns and Call of Duty had a baby?
What would you call him?
What would you call him?
Call of
Columns.
columns. That's what it would
Column Duty.
be. You'd be on
Column
duty.
duty. How about that?
I think that's a great way to go out. Column
Where we
Duty
going?
in 2021. Make it happen. Activision.
Activision. I love Activision.
Do you guys have active vision or passive vision?
Isn't it nuts? Like Activision was like a fucking Atari developer. It's Teddy.
My sync
Teddy.
has a strong
Tell your
opinion about
sync- tell your sync to shut the fuck up, dude.
You triggered it.
It's like, oh, the Atari. Here we go.
There's Alex.
Damn it, Alex, get over here. Bring your plunger.
Your sync's ready for the Atari map out. We're gonna map out the whole library. This is
I think you mean more like mop out.
mop out. Mop it up, mop it up. So, dear Nintendo, give us F-Zero on the Switch. And please fix your Joy-Cons.
P.S. Nintendo, we don't give a shit about F-Zero. We don't give a shit about Pikmin. We don't give a shit about none of that.
Give us
Keep those RPGs coming in here
Give us-
and don't stop releasing them every week.
give us Clue Clue Land.
Nintendo and Sega, when you guys release F-Zero, make sure that Spencer is a...
Make sure he gets a free copy.
Yes, that too. I was going to say attackable NPC, but okay.
Yeah. Make sure you send him a review copy.
And with the condition he can only say nice
Yeah.
things.
Sega, nobody likes you. That's what I'll say.
The Switch likes Sega. Sega likes the Switch.
No.
Put Spencer in a Sonic outfit.
Oh my God, Spencer with a Sonic.
Oh my god! I just
costume.
saw the movie, Midsummer.
I think I say Sonic.
Do you guys-
I thought you were gonna say Sonic.
Somnic the Hedgehog.
He has a sleeping problem.
I saw Midsummer. Did any of you guys see Midsummer?
No.
They put a guy in a bear costume and burn him. And when you brought up, you put me in a Sonic costume.
Burn him.
I'm like, oh my god, my worst nightmare. Just sitting there staring like, gotta go fast.
It's like some out of a psychology textbook.
It's like whatever what Spencer tells his like therapist is like, I've been having these really strange dreams lately. I'm in a Sonic costume. I'm like, I gotta go fast, and then I get lit on fire.
I think I've been spending too much time podcasting on the button mappers. And I've been having these dreams where all of a sudden I wake up and I look at my hand and it's blue.
I want chili dogs.
I have red sneakers on.
And everywhere I look, I just feel like I'm in the shittiest game imaginable.
I look around and all I can see is Clue Clue Land.
And I went to the doctor and I looked up and he was big and had a giant red mustache and was bald.
Yeah. They're like, you talking about Jim Carrey? No. Not talking about that. Don't ever bring that up again.
Do you guys remember the owl from that movie? It was like,
Yeah, what the hell?
beginning.
who the fuck
What?
was? Yeah, who the fuck was that? That's not a Sonic character.
That's what I was going to be asking you,
That's just
Alex.
an owl.
What is the lore? What did I miss?
I don't know where that character came from. Like, they have like actual like Sonic characters there with the echidnas, but like I don't know who the fuck the owl was. Just threw it in there. It's like, oh, it's the owl from Ocarina of Time, everybody.
Yeah. I was just sitting there and that owl popped up, and I don't know anything about Sonic, so I assumed it was part of the game. I was like, I fucking hate this game.
Spencer was like, oh yeah, the owl. Classic.
Right.
This confirms all of my feelings.
Yeah.
Verified.
Verified.
It's
Spencer.
Bookworm the owl.
Can you verify?
Yes.
She's like, run, Sonic! Run for your life!
Go to the Green Hill Zone.
Go to Earth. What a lazy plot. How many fucking movies have done that? Like, oh, I came from a different place, and now I'm in Earth. And it's wacky because it's humans. And...
Cool.
Sonic
Fish out
is
of
an
water.
ancient alien. Confirmed.
Confirmed. I think that is.
yeah, I never.
I mean, he is, isn't he?
It bothered.
Doesn't matter how you got there.
Welcome to the part 2 of the Discourse, where we're going to talk about the Sonic movie. And I'm going
I
to.
mean, an alien is just a foreign being. And he didn't come here by spaceship, but he came here by teleporting.
I guess.
That makes him an alien.
I guess. I mean, yeah, but I never really thought about it because. But
Because it's stupid.
I guess it makes more sense than like some of the other games where he's just in the human world, and I'm like, did they just let him walk around town like that?
With a wiener out?
Yeah. So yeah, just like walking around with his big old floppy Sonic dick. You know what I mean? Though, because it's just like some of the games are like there's just random humans, and they're like, hey, Sonic, and I'm like, is this? Are they,
Is this normal?
Yeah, are they okay with this?
I feel like they're normalizing Sonic. And they shouldn't.
Spencer, describe your perfect Sonic game.
Real answer is if one that exists, it's the BioWare one.
I'm talking about like if you could make a Sonic game.
If I could make a Sonic
Yeah,
game,
what
I would
would
have pulled
your
my eyes out.
Perfect Sonic game would be.
Oh god, straight he goes fast into the dumpster. I don't know. It's just credits rolling with my name on it. And you're welcome. Just saved you from 3 hours of misery. That's what it would be.
Perfect.
What if BioWare came out tomorrow and they were like, we're doing another Sonic game?
I'd say fuck you, BioWare. I don't care about BioWare anymore. You guys are dead to me.
Go fucking make Anthem 2.
Yeah, go make another Anthem game. Go ruin another franchise of yours.
What if Nintendo made the next Sonic game?
I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't care about them. They kind of did. The Super Smash Bros. Yeah, sure.
It's a Sonic game.
It's basically
It's
a Sonic
my favorite
game, isn't it?
Sonic game.
There's no. I don't think there is a person that can make a Sonic game and I'd like it.
But you
Well, not even
just
that
said you like that
RPG one, the
Yeah, you said you like
JRPG
that one.
Sonic.
I mean, I like it from a conceptual perspective. I didn't play more than like an hour of it. I might like it if I go back and try it.
Big the Cat Fishing?
Did you guys know that Big the Cat was voiced by John St. John and so was Duke Nukem?
I did not know that. No.
Now
news
I
to
just
me.
want a Duke Nukem port where you're like, ooh, Froggy. You're shooting everybody.
There should be a game where you can have Big the Cat, but in a cage like an actual cat. And you just treat him like a cat.
My favorite Sonic character is Big the Cat.
He is a
He's
cat.
big and a
Okay,
cat.
Alex, talk to me. When did you start liking Big the Cat?
When I first saw Big the Cat, I was like, "This is
Okay,
is-
good. I'm taking notes. Tell
this
me
is
more.
The pinnacle. How can we surpass this point in human achievement? I mean, it's Big the Cat
So show me on the doll. Where did he touch
in the heart, right in the heart.
The heart and the genitals.
you? We'll take this to our next session. I will see you then, and your total is $273.95.
Can I pay in bells?
You can pay me in dollars.
Doll hairs.
No.
I already have the doll. That's okay.
Me moo meet meet moot beep. That's my Animal Crossing voice. Can you guys do your best Animal Crossing voice? Me moo meet.
I do mine like I would
Bells.
do. Oh yeah, well you gotta say bells. Yeah, I would do mine like I do ukuleles.
Yeah, go ahead. Spencer, you okay? Spencer, you okay? Oh my God, Spencer! Call! Call an ambulance! Somebody! Spencer's dying!
We lost him. Okay, we'll bring him back for the next Sonic map out.
Clear! we had to resurrect him for Sonic Adventure.
He wakes up, he has to pick a Sonic character.
His choices are Big the Cat and Amy. We've already played the other campaigns.
And with that is a Discourse, guys. That's the Nintendo Switch plus Sonic.
Buy one today. What's happened to our show, guys?
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.